The first game, I really do think that Newp kind of overextended himself on water.
Yeah.
And in the second game, it seemed to me like Newp might have played a little not with much of a sense of urgency.
I don't know. It's also hard to deal with Mongo step lances anyway, dude. It's so strong, and Sokol done it really well. But yeah, Elevate's got a good point. Maybe they're holding grudges from their group stage. Newp went undefeated as well in the group stage.
Yeah.
Won every set. So both of these guys have a loss to him, and probably both feel pretty good about them having wins and him not now.
Yeah, and you know, king of the hill, or whatever. It's uh, you know, you go after the guy who's on top,
Yeah.
and I think that that also has a double benefit
It
for
is
the
going to be
other
Ethiopians,
player.
by the way. Sorry, you are correct. If you refresh this, we should be about 20 seconds out from the game starting. So my apologies. My apologies. Yeah,
No need
Sokol
to.
beat Steve 2-0. And they both lost 2-1 to Newp, I think. So yeah,
Yeah,
Ethiopians is an interesting pick for me here.
so it is entirely possible that these two are, yeah, they've just kind of collectively but non-verbally said Noop is going to have to work really hard to beat both of us.
Is that the storyline though? That's the one that we're currently pushing. Or has it just been a case of, hey, this is where you were the player I found first?
I'm not. I don't think so. No, I think that I think it's a case of both of them sort of inadvertently, both Stee and so-called inadvertently working together,
Yeah, well, we have another pause coming through.
teaming up without teaming up,
Yeah.
as it were.
Well, I remember way back before the Definitive Edition was out, back when I played HD on occasion with a friend, um, and we had a one versus one, and none of us knew what we were doing. Like we didn't have a clue. You know what I mean? Like
Uh-huh.
no clue at all. We thought we did, but we obviously did not. And at the start of the game, we all pinged our own bases. That this is where I am, this is where I am, etc., etc. Q like God knows how long later, we all have our bases built and our big armies. You know, proper 400 elo gaming. And then at one point, one of the players, I think it was my cousin. Wait, are they? Huh? What's going on in chat?
I'm not sure.
They're obviously not restarting because they're still playing, but Dan Crees, mouse is acting up 1 sec, no problem. Maybe we should so Steve can change his civ. It's only fair. Okay, fair. I still have these fucking ears on. Um, so anyway, yeah. At one point, my cousin, who was the other player, said, "Stop attacking me." And the guy who was attacking him, like our mutual friend, said, "No, I'm hitting you with everything I've got." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I just went to his base instead.
Yeah,
I just went to his base and killed him, and then went to my cousin's base, who had just had to defend against the big army. He was like, "Okay, cool." So I just killed him as well. But man, this was an easy game. I didn't have to do anything.
yeah. So, uh, let's see. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
these goals to stay are not great,
Yeah,
to
I
say
was
the
just
least.
his main stone is kind of tucked away in the back here, but I definitely think Steve's gonna have to wall off these back sides of his base between the wood patches and the edge of the map here.
Yeah. Well, we haven't
But
seen too much of
you,
Habib in the tournament, actually.
you can't wall all the way to this outside wood line, right? That's unwallable.
Correct. Yeah. That
Yeah.
gray terrain is unwallable.
Noob says, did the water move on this map?
Oh, wait, we have another pause.
Oh no!
I,
Don't tell me he thought that there was water on here.
I think it's just the mouse issue they paused for, probably. Wait, isn't this a boob? There's no water on a boob. Newp genuinely thought there was water. Is this the correct map? Oh, boys. Yes, it's the right map. So they're all prepared then. They're all very prepared.
They've done their homework.
The problem is they've done their English homework for a mathematics test. Or what do you guys call it? Do you call it mathematics? Arithmetic? Math?
Just math.
Just math. It is math. We call it maths with an S. I've got a question for you, Chef.
Yes.
Whose are those sheep in the middle? Are they Newps or are they Stees?
Well, when you click on them at the lower left-hand corner of the map,
It says Gaia. Yeah, but like, whose are they though? Like, whose are they supposed to be?
Well, now they're Noops.
True.
So, I don't, and I actually got into a little bit of a contretemps
With J-Rod?
with yeah, and he was, oh no, laming is just I'm just not, I don't do that.
That's exactly how he sounds, by the way.
You're not laming. Click on the boar and the sheep and stuff at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
There's no player's name on that.
Yep. It's true.
So I think Steve, it's gonna be really important for him to wall his base up, at least on the sides. Noop's in a little bit better shape over here. He's got.
This is a question, and this is more about a bit of subliminal messaging, right? And Steve really needs to go forward and take that elephant because that's so far forward. But if you look at the TCs, right, for Sokol, it's pretty much dead center between the two wood lines.
Yeah.
But because of the way Noop's map has spawned, I feel like the game's almost dictated that he would like go to this wood line to the south.
Yeah,
which
it seemed a little closer. Yeah.
Which I also feel like means that his aggression will likely go in that direction as well. Because you typically build all your stuff close together, right?
Yeah.
But then, similarly with Steve, he is closer to the wood line on the left, so he's done the same thing. And Sokol's ended up, it's 50-50, but he's ended up going to the south as well. So I feel like Newp and Sokol probably aren't going to be interacting this game. And Newp may have the free boom that we've seen each of the two winners get so far.
Yeah, and I think our Korean player is that's a pretty interesting point that you bring up that I didn't really think about, but yeah, Steve is effectively right in the middle of both of these guys as he moves to stone. So maybe he recognizes that looking at Steve's vision, he hasn't seen either player's base. His scout's idle right now.
Yeah.
But he's got to have a good idea where they're at, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to stone in Dark Age, maybe he recognizes how important perhaps a defensive castle is going to be for him here.
Well, I actually think Koreans in this kind of setup could be a very underrated civ, yeah, because they get the free tower upgrade. So put a bunch of towers down to get the free tower upgrade when they go to Castle Age. Could even get Yupsong as well, and he's gonna start stabbing away at Sokol's vills. Again, Newp currently doesn't have a point on the scoreboard, and is bottom scorer in this game. So no threat really to the other two. At least that's how I would view it if I was one of the other two players.
Yeah. So if you're Sokol and Steve, do you, now that you know that you've effectively got Newp down by 2 games, Because this is a best of 5, right?
Well,
Or a
it's technically best of 7 because it's first to 3.
okay. So if Newp loses 2 more, then he's out of it, right?
No, because if Sokol wins 1 and Steve wins 1, then it'll be 2-2-0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But either way, as far as the score of the series goes, Noop's kind of behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
So do you
So
kind of try and work together and bury him now?
I wouldn't say so because if let's say you're either Steel or Sokol, right? If you ensure that the opposite of you loses, like doesn't win, and then you're left against Newp, even if you then lose that, you're not behind. It just ties it all up again at 1-1-1, right? So I think you just have to ensure that the other person with 1 point doesn't get to match point.
Okay. All right, so
Man at arms from Newp though. With the Incas, it is cheaper.
Newp choosing early aggression, and Steve's got archers out. These archers get free armor upgrades too, so
Yeah. But, yeah, Inca military units cost 15% less food in feudal, so you save, what's that, about 9 food per man at arms. Comes down to about 51 food each. Pretty cheap.
yeah. And Newp, Noop's not playing around here.
You guys sure love your man at arms, Sokol says as he sees the double barracks.
And yeah,
And he's just FC.
So if you're so-called, do you continue to try and maybe increase your lead that you've got? I think if you're so-called, you got to try and do something expensive and push the advantage that you've got of the stronger army here. I know he's Ethiopians and they're not the best in the world, but I would drop a stable and maybe try and make a few knights. He's floating a lot of food.
Honestly, if I'm Sokol, I focus on getting a fast Imperial Age time off with a defensive castle and make a couple of archers. Just like make archers where you can, where it's not going to delay your imp too much. Castle drop yourself. Like you're going to be way ahead of these guys who are fighting, and then just make BBC and Arb, and cool. They can't stop it. Like
Yeah, and Newp getting a little careless with the man at arms here.
Yeah,
fighting underneath the TC.
I respect this man. He's doing a number on Steve.
I mean, he's losing units.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, and he's yet to kill a single villager. And how many men at arms did he make?
Yeah, Steve still has the villager advantage in this game actually.
Yeah, so
overall KD, Steve's got 14
of,
kills to Newp 6.
Steve's done a good job of putting these towers up and making sure the front of his base is nice and defended. Newp could wrap around here to the right-hand side of Steve's base and get in on the berries and maybe chase him off a stone, which I think would be probably the most significant thing that he could do right now.
Yeah. There's a lovely defensive castle from Sokol at home, so he's going to be untouched. I mean, there's also the trade-off, and Sokol seems to love castle dropping. He could just get together 1,300 stone and go castle drop both players at once. That's also an option. Well, it wouldn't surprise me that much.
So, I'm curious as to whether or not we're going to see show tells from Sokol.
Show tells ETC is pretty quick. 16 base attack or something crazy like that.
Yeah, he doesn't quite have the food for it right now, though.
No, quite heavy on the gold.
Newp floating a ton of food. He's, I guess, yeah, there he goes. He's clicked up now. So what do we see from here on out, Fluff?
I mean, obviously showtels are coming out. Newp doesn't know that, but an eagle switch for Newp would be really strong. Inca eagles are
Ooh.
cheap.
Maybe against Steve. I don't like.
Well, you are against two archer civs, right? He doesn't know that showtels are coming out. So if I'm Newp, I would be thinking about switching to eagles.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But Sokol's, he's already got the stone for another castle, and really, truth be told, neither one of these guys is prepared for a castle drop. He
No.
would have to, he'd have to go quite a long way in order to get one down on Stee. He'd have to loop around here to the back of the base, I think, and drop it like in between the gold and the stone at the back of Stee's base.
I think he could just
And
use his
range.
showtels to tear down the range on the unbuilt house, though, and then just drop the castle right there, no? Next to the gold. He's got 11 showtels. He'll tear through that range real quick.
Yeah, that's true. Even with the towers there, you think?
Yeah, unless Castle Age comes in for Stee, in which case, obviously, free tower upgrade, but...
Yeah. So Newp finally gets up. So Steve's the only one. He's lagging behind in the feudal age here.
Hey, Eric.
So both of these guys are going to have stronger army than him.
Yeah, they're going to have stronger army. Arguably, they should have a better eco, but Newp hating for eco but at the moment.
Yeah. Well, he did. He slowed himself down quite a bit with the number of man-at-arms that he made, I think. I don't think Newp quite got the value out of his feudal age that he was hoping.
Yeah, like you said, it was a relatively large commitment that he made in terms of feudal army. And Sokol just being untouched. He's just, hanging out.
Yeah. And he's actually got a 3-villager lead on him, and Sokol is hitting the stone heavy here.
I think the villager lead will dissipate, though, when he clicks Castle Age, right? Outposts. Where's Elevid? Outpost in the chat. But they are going to be taken down by these man-at-arms, and Sokol will probably look at those man-at-arms and go, oh, what a pest. And think nothing else of it.
Crying shame. Wish I had something to do that could kill the... Oh, look.
Oh, here come the showtels. Look
This
at that.
is going to be the war fight in history of AoE right here.
16 base damage to these things. Right.
Like they weren't even there.
Yeah, and they vanished again. Did Newp even see them? Huh? They've jumped out, killed them at arms, back to the castle to heal.
Yeah, gone. Like a cloud of vapor.
Newp does have enough stone for a defensive castle, and there it goes. I like this. Again, there's a T90 argument of put it on a hill, but this is sudden death. You need that castle to be able to protect your town centre. And I like this positioning from Newp. It also gives them access to Kameyuks, and I think Kameyuks would do okay versus Showtels, but you know what else would do okay versus Showtels? Slingers.
Yeah, slingers or crossbows or literally anything else. Showtels died of pretty much everything.
They're very squishy.
Yeah. High attack, low HP. But I don't think these Showtels are really doing Sokol much good sitting inside the castle. He could definitely come over and get some raids in.
But
either on the...
do you want to be the one who overcommits first, though? He knows he's ahead right now. He's seen them fighting each other. Like...
So you think he just wants to sit on his lead?
That's what I would do. I would just sit and wait, get to Imperial Age, like I said. A couple of BBCs, maybe even a couple of Trebs. Sit Showtels on your Trebs and say, come get me. What are you going to do? Like...
All right. Well, here they come. Let's see what Sokol tells them to do here.
That is another option when Prokansky there. He could also just go up to 80 showtells and just go one shot to Town Hunter.
80 show tells will one shot a TC.
No, but it'll be very quick.
Yeah.
But I mean, Steve's base is protected though. These guard towers are plentiful.
Yeah, and for that matter, Newp's TC isn't exactly accessible either.
Yeah.
So both of our, well, actually, all three of our players have done a pretty good job of shoring up their bases. Now,
Yeah.
Steve's going to.
Ooh. This castle from Steve is in a good spot. Newp doesn't have enough vills to build this castle though.
No,
like-
Steve's castle is going to go up quite a bit faster, I think.
Here come the
Newp's got
vills
more
now,
vills.
but I think that's way too late.
Yeah.
Imagine if Sokol turned up with all of his showtells right now and just killed all of those from both players.
Deny two castles at once. A double doubt.
A double
we would
doubt.
call it.
And everybody loves double Ds. Double doubts. Double doubts.
Yeah.
And
All right.
it does
I
get
think
rid of-
Newp did the right thing. If you're gonna, I mean,
I don't know. He should have just walked away. This castle doesn't really deny anything for Newp. Like, he's got stone and gold at the back. I would have preferred a castle on the back hill, actually, for him. Protect both golds and the stone. Like, let's see have this castle. Like, what does it do? Doesn't actually
Yeah.
impair him, right? Like, oh, it's a castle attempt from Sokol now. The villagers are going to walk forward and find a castle battle already going on. He doesn't see it yet, though, because they're not attacking him. They're attacking each other, and he realizes now. I would
Yeah.
love for him to build a castle on the border of these two castles, just for the meme. A Newp song coming in from Steve, which I respect. Well,
oh, they're gonna head back home apparently, and Sokol is he's gonna send a showtell out to scout the back of Newp's base. So
yeah, imagine if there was a castle behind Newp. Essentially, yeah, this castle from Steve protected Newp from Sokol, right?
yeah,
But
all right. So the Vills are gonna loop around to the back here. Sokol's not playing around,
no, he's looking for that castle drop.
going for the throat.
But again, is that the right play? Newp doesn't have a point on the board. He's behind in score right now. Correct, Shapiro, yeah. And Newp spots it.
Yeah,
Defensive castle. Will
I
go
think
up.
this might be the.
I don't think that castle from Sokol actually ranges the TC either. Or maybe it just about does, but...
Looks like barely it does, maybe by one or two tiles.
Yeah.
But I think Newp's castle is actually going to go up quite a bit faster.
Yeah. And here come the showtells. And the showtells could be enough, but Newp being petarded by Steve, but Steve's castle falls. Newp, garrison that castle, bud. Need to garrison it. Need to garrison the castle. He's busy looking at the showtells coming over. He garrisons now. Might be too late to deny.
Oh,
Nope.
87.
And it's
87%.
doubted. There are two castles overlap on this TC, but that's a lot of showtells.
Yeah, that's 52 show
Oh my
tells.
god. Yep. And off to Steve's TC to do the same, I would suspect.
Yeah, and I think that might be what we're seeing here, Fluff, is just that yeah, both of these guys I think kind of recognize Newp as a legitimate threat, and they've both decided that if they're gonna lose, they're not gonna lose to him.
Yeah.
All right.
But Sokol
The
could just
Showtells are
run in
gonna
and end
take
the game
the
here
red.
pretty comfortably.
Yeah, I think Sokol is
Yeah, here it
quite
comes.
comfortably in the lead here.
Oh, there's a hole here as well that the villager's about to walk through, and I don't think Steve notices what's about to come through it. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are on the way.
And
And
yeah,
Newp's
Steve,
on guard towers are fantastic, but it ain't gonna stop this.
that's a lot of Showtells. And look at the HP just disappear.
Deleted, and man, the show tells devastation. And Sokol, another game, 2 in a row now for Sokol. Get him onto the land maps. Showtime Motel, baby, he says. As he said, I wanted to ban Ethiopians. Respectable. That was also the fastest TC killed as well, was that game. Was Noob's TC by Sokol.